We are in a boom for professional wrestling, and it's a great time to be a fan. And for someone like me, I really enjoy women's wrestling, and right now we have some top champions representing a multitude of promotions. And this list today will be who should be the next Women's World Championship contenders, and this will exclude anybody that has an upcoming title match like Liv Morgan, or she would be at the top of this list. And this is the WWE NXT edition. So first up, we start with the Women's World Championship on Raw and Alba Fire. Now, this woman is one of the longest reigning women's champions of the modern era, period, holding the NXT United Kingdom Women's Championship. And she held that championship with pride when she ultimately lost it to a subpar competitor and a subpar champion in Mandy Rose. But Alba Fire is a former, like I said, champion, women's champion and tag team champion. And now with her on Raw, we have to build up challengers, and it gets no better, honestly, than Alba Fire. Raw has a death of challengers, and with the inevitable feud of Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch coming to an end, someone else needs to step in and step up, and there's no better person right now, in my opinion, on the Raw roster than Alba Fire. The NXT Women's Championship, and Gigi Dolan, one of the longest tenured women on the NXT roster. I'm trying to take my bias out of this because you know how much I love me some Gigi Dolan. It's time for her to step up and be given that opportunity. We thought one was going to be there, and then it inevitably was taken away after her split from Toxic Attraction, after her split from JCJ, and now she's in this story, something with Ariana Grace, and I can see it with ending with Gigi becoming a top face, probably the top face on that brand, and really garnering a world championship match. The WWE Women's Championship on Blair Davenport. Now, Blair is probably the most tenured member on the former NXT roster, but now on the SmackDown roster. She will open up a lot of eyes and show everybody just how good she is. The inevitable challengers will come around for Bayley's championship, but Blair needs to be a person who needs to be elevated quickly and be held at the top because she's earned that. She's fought for that. And the most important thing is that she's a strong in-ring competitor with very believable matches, and you don't have a lot of women that really has the style that she has, as being that brawler, that hard-nosed badass that will just fight you and keep fighting you and then won't stop fighting. NXT Women's Championship, JC Jane, another woman, like I said, who's been on the roster for a minute, like Gigi Dolan, both former tag team partners, and JC hasn't really climbed to the top yet. I can't think of any opportunities outside of her feud with Gigi, outside of her dominant tag team championship reign with Gigi, where JC has been given a shot to come at the queen. Yes, NXT has the upcoming Women's North American Championship tournament, but JC's not even in that tournament. So something has to happen. Something has got to give, and JC just needs a shot, and she's done enough to earn that. The Women's World Championship on Monday Night Raw, and Io Sky. Listen, y'all know how I feel about Io. In my humble opinion, Io Sky is the best women's wrestler on the entire WWE roster. Yes, you've got Charlotte and Rhea and Bianca and Roxanne and Bayley and Asuka, and they're all great. And Kyrie, fantastic. Kyrie's probably second. Asuka's probably third. But Io Sky is the best women's wrestler on that entire roster. If you saw her match this past Monday against Shayna Baszler, you would know that. If you saw her match against Bayley at WrestleMania, you would know that Io Sky is just that damn good. And the fact that the women's roster on the main roster of WWE does not have a mid-card championship while NXT is getting one says a lot. So all the women have to constantly be going for the women's championship, and Io Sky can just give you a 5-star match every single time. Io Sky lets her in-ring work do the talking. That's why ultimately for me it's not an if but a when she becomes champion once again on Monday Night Raw. NXT Women's Championship and one Jada Parker. Now this one is out of left field. Yes, there is an abundance of other women who rightfully you could say has earned a shot at the championship, but there's something about Jada Parker. Her star is rising, and it's rising fast. Just watch her. The confidence shines through. Only other woman I can see that has as much confidence as her is Jade Cargill. And they're both kind of still rookies and green in the ring and in the industry, but there's something special about Jada Parker. Out of all the women they have on the main in the NXT roster that have done, some really solid work, Jada Parker really stands out. And for me, again, it's not an if but a when she wins the championship. And with Scripps leaving OTM, I can very much see her becoming the leader of that group, and every leader needs some gold. And lastly, the WWE Women's Championship and Tiffany Stratton. Listen, if you saw, watch, listen to the last episode of the High Wrestling Podcast, you know how I feel about the Tiffany Stratton winners. Listen, I want y'all to calm down. It will be Tiffy time soon enough. Just let it work. Just let it happen. She, like I said before, she's in that prodigy ring right there with Roxanne Perez. Tiffany Stratton is destined for greatness. The confidence, the in-ring ability, it just gets better and better and better each and every week. She's not going anywhere. You just can't give everybody the star, the gold up front. You have to wait. And when that time comes, and I think it will be within the next year or so, Tiffany Stratton will be world champion, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Just calm your jets, relax, because at some point it will be Tiffy time. But that's the list, everybody. Let me know what you think. Who did I miss? Who do you think should be on this list? I could definitely have made it bigger, but I felt like these women right here were perfect and ripe for the picking to really be elevated and elevate whatever roster they are on. Peace.